Okay, so welcome everyone to lesson 4 for Education for Nepal English Group 2023 to 2024 session. This is our YouTube channel for past lesson recordings. And today we'll be teaching computer science and then pop culture, and then we're going to end off with astronomy. So the first topic for today will be computer science, and I'll be teaching object-oriented programming, and I'll be doing mostly the basics because this is a very confusing topic that I don't know. Like personally, I don't like doing object-oriented programming, but yeah. So first off, we got to start with classes. So Java is an object-oriented programming language, which just means you have to use classes, I guess. Like not all languages use classes, like you code in C++ or Python or a lot of other languages. They don't require you to use classes, but you can use classes if you want. So class is like an overarching thing. So you could see that in the example on the bottom, we have class hello world, and then we have our main method, right? The main method is has a line inside which is printing the sentence hello world, right? So the main method is inside the class. And if you were to just type this into a compiler, compile it, and run it, it would print hello world. Now, if we remove the class hello world, right, like the outermost two lines, we would actually get an error. Like we can't just print hello world anymore. We have to have class hello world, like, or we have to have a class of some kind. It doesn't have to be called hello world. It could be called class A or class B, but we have to have a class. Now, if we were to code in Python or like C++, we could directly write a method and write print hello world, and then we'd be fine. We don't need a class. But in Java, you do need a class. So classes are like templates used to create something called objects. And the most commonly used class is string. And I feel like not everyone knows that because everyone just uses string and takes it for granted. But string, remember, is not a built-in data type for pretty much any language. String is actually a class because it's a collection of characters. So in this example image right here, we have class dog, right? So dog one, two, three, and four, those would all be objects of the class dog, right? So like dog would be like the blueprint or template. And then using this template, we can create a dog that we want, right? So looking at the dog, it has states and attributes. It has breed, age, and color. So that means when we create an object or a dog, we can say what breed it is, what age it is, and what color it is. So states and attributes are also called fields, and these are just the properties of the objects. So if we were to have, let's say, class car, then some fields or attributes could be the color, the brand, the size of the car, right? Or like, and then these are all things that we can give to the like the object. So we could we could make a dog that's 50 years old, but we could also make a dog that's 2 years old. It's up to your choice. And then classes also have methods, and I'll cover this a bit later. So a constructor is actually a special type of method. And that's why it basically looks like one. And so the constructor is on it's the middle image. And it's usually the word public followed with the name of the class. And then the rest of it is like a method. You have your parameters and you have the things inside your method. So for the example of the class dog, we have four fields right now, or attributes. We have the name of the dog, the breed of the dog, the age, and the color. So in the constructor, we also have to have four lines, one for name, one for breed, one for age, and one for color. And what this does is that it allows us to set a initial value for the object that we are creating. So if we were to just create a random dog, right, like dog A, we can use the constructor to create like a default object. So even if we don't give dog A any value, like we don't specify dog A's age, if the constructor initially set the age to 20, then dog A would automatically be age 20. So here we don't have any initial values in the constructor. Right here, when it says this dot name equals name, it just means um, the name of the dog will be the name that we give it when creating the object. And then finally, we have objects. So objects are just instances of a class. So back to the dog example. If here we have a dog named Tuffy, then we give it the four attributes that it has, right? Like the name, the breed, the age, and the color, right? So we can see that the name is Tuffy, the breed is a Papillon, and the age is 5 years old, and it's a white dog. So these are the four properties of the dog, right? And these are the ones we gave it, and these aren't the initial values from the constructor because the constructor from the previous slide, as you saw, uh, did not have any initial values being set to the object. So finally, we have methods, and class methods are pretty similar to like regular methods, which we covered already. And you can see that here we have four basic methods. So we have get name, get breed, get age, and get color. And based on the name of these methods, it's kind of self-explanatory what they do. But you can see that they all just return either like the name, breed, age, or color. They just return a property. But okay, so the one difference in calling these type of methods is that before all we had to do is type the name of the method plus two parentheses, right? Now we have to type the name of the object plus a period plus the name of the method and parentheses. So in the bottom picture, you can see that we have Tuffy dot get name. We can't just type get name because then we don't know what name we're trying to get. We have to type the name of the object that we want the name of. So in this instance, if we type Tuffy dot get name, the method would return the name of Tuffy, which is Tuffy. And then we can use a string variable to hold the name because if we want to do something with it later. And yeah, that's it for computer science. And next is pop culture.
All right. So, wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Okay, so for pop culture, we're gonna be talking about fashion. So, first of all, what is fashion? So, fashion is the creation of clothing. So, yeah, that includes like stuff like clothing, footwear, jewelry, cosmetics, etc. And then, fashion allows you to present yourself. Yeah. All right, so we're just gonna go over some kinds of fashion in the recent history. So here we have hip hop streetwear, which is pretty much like baggy pants, oversized hoodies, and bucket hats, as you can see in the pictures. And then it's like very popular among rap groups, and it's also like influenced the new generation a lot. And then we also have something called drip. It's a new word for swag and good fit. So, so next up we have Gucci. Gucci, one of the luxury fashion brands. Gucci's, bro, Gucci's an Italian fashion brand. It was founded in 1921 by Guccio Gucci. To sell a variety of items like shoes, bags, and clothes, and they make billions every year in revenue.
Bro, stop laughing.
Bro, my that's making me laugh, bro. Hey, Mister, can you do the next slide real quick?
No.
I would go to the next slide. Go to the next slide. And then we also have Supreme. And Supreme was a very popular brand for a while. And Supreme is an American clothing brand, which was established in New York City in April of 1994. And yeah, it sells a lot of expensive clothing as well as other items. Yeah.
All right. For astronomy, I'm going to be talking about gamma ray bursts. Gamma ray bursts are described as the most powerful explosions in the universe and are the most energetic and bright events since the Big Bang. They're extremely rare, as most come from billions of light years away from Earth and only occur a few times per galaxy per million years. Gamma ray bursts are mainly placed into two classifications, which are short and long bursts. Short gamma ray bursts are events that last less than 2 seconds, which make up about 30% of gamma ray bursts, while long ones last more than 2 seconds and make up the rest of the 70%. Source of GRBs, short ones, they usually originate from two neutron stars merging, which results in a kilonova, which is pretty similar to a supernova, and that's the thing that basically causes the gamma ray burst. And yeah, Susil.
What is the full form of GRBS?
Wait, what?
What is the full form of GRBS?
G there hasn't. I don't think there's been any GRBs that have really hit the Earth.
No, I think he's asking what does GRB stand for?
Oh, okay. GRBs are gamma ray bursts. Sorry. Okay. So long gamma ray bursts appear to originate from massive stars going supernova and collapsing into a black hole, and that also creates the gamma ray burst in the process. And at the bottom, that's just a picture of two neutron stars colliding, and it kind of creates the burst. Yeah. And that's about it for astronomy.
Thank you all for coming. If you don't have any more questions, then fill in this feedback form and then you can leave.